And this another thing we as like black men, we really don't discuss mental health, life, just death, shit like that until it happens. So I feel like, let me see. I'm gonna ask you if your time was cut short soon, because of course none of us know when we're gonna die. Do you feel like you did enough in this life, in the life that you were given?
If everything was to start right now, I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people appreciate what I did to them, what I left for, and the energy I gave to them. I guess, but like that. But I think about that shit often, especially what motivated me with the shirts, and that's another thing. That nigga Trouble had died. I was a big fan of him, and he had died.
They used to bump Trouble all the
Yeah,
time.
I was a huge fan. He had died. Now I
Yes.
felt some type of way about that shit,
Right.
and I was like, damn, I'm really idolizing this person, this character, or whatever. And I even watched that nigga funeral, and I forgot what song that was. I was like, God damn. And then I've been attending other funerals and shit like that, and I'm like, damn. From that moment on, I'm thinking like, I need to go harder type of shit. Like I want my funeral. I want to leave like a legacy. Like I want to. My focus on is between the dates of I was born and whatever date I died or whatever.
Right.
So that's my motivation every time I wake up or whatever. Every time I feel down or feel unmotivated, I think about that. If everything was to stop now, am I satisfied or whatever? And if not, I'm about to go harder. I'm about to create something else. I'm about to help some more other people. I'm about to add some more skills or whatever type of shit. I'm about to give them some more shit to talk about in my funeral, I guess, like that.
Damn, I like that. I never heard that before.
Yeah.
So do you feel like life itself is just short, and the fact that not knowing when the fuck we all gonna be in the casket, does that just motivate you even more?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing, honestly. As far as death, I feel like it's a celebration after you. That's why I like New Orleans and they second lines and shit like that.
That is cool.
They leave out with a bang, I guess, like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a celebration, and you should think about the times think about the times you was with that person you're thinking about. Shit might be sad or whatever, but like there's a lot of good memories.
You're right. The memories outweigh the
yeah.
sadness.
Yeah.
And luckily for our generation, we got phones, so we got all types of memories documented
Hell yeah.
on that shit.
Yeah. I think about that shit with my granddad, cause I think it was like back to back. It was his new wife had died,
Mm-hmm.
and then like a year after that, my grandmother died. His first wife or whatever, my mama, and that nigga like, I never seen him like get weak or nothing. Like, that nigga strong as a bitch. Like I can't even explain that shit. It was just like crazy, and that was my motivation. I want to be that strong, I guess.
Right. So you feel like what was I gonna say? So can you give some advice to young people who could be watching this, who probably going through some shit? Like you said, like you use that as your motivation. So how can you put that in fuck. Damn, son, I'm losing my shit. Damn. I don't know. But I feel the same way about life and death, but you just gave me a new insight.
Yeah.
Because I ain't look at it like that. Like whenever I'm feeling low, I just feel low. My outlet is just time. Sleep on it.
Yeah.
Just wake up.
Yeah, just wake up for another day. But if you knew your death, if you knew
when your day was coming,
if you knew your day was tomorrow, would you be satisfied? If not,
hell no.
Why not take that chance and do that shit? Why not start some other shit? Why not start a business? Why not learn this shit and try this shit out or whatever?
You wish that we did know our day? I feel like that'll make a big ass difference.
Hell
like
no.
if a nigga knew he was gonna die in
Niggas be
30
doing
years
stupid
from now
shit.
to today, you'll be doing all kind of shit right
Niggas
now.
probably be relaxed, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It could be niggas might be treating people better, honestly.
True.
Niggas will probably make that phone call to that person you've been ducking off, but you really knowing like if that person would die tomorrow, like you would be hurt as a motherfucker. Like, you'll probably put that pride to the side and make that phone call.
How you feel about people like on social media and shit? Like when somebody die, they posting them and shit, but then you got the other people that's like, oh, they showing fake love. Like they ain't give a fuck about him while he was here. So is fake love a thing that people show after somebody died? How you feel about fake love?
Fake love when somebody die.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or maybe you just doing your own thing and you're not really focused on that person. But the fact that they gone now, it's like, oh shit, I gotta show my love.
it could be anybody or just like famous people.
Just anybody in general. Cause people always, every time somebody die, people say, oh, y'all ain't really fucking with him with this, that, and that. Now I can, before we continue, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Nipsey Hussle death. Oh my God.
Yeah.
People that I knew that person never even knew Nipsey was posting the marathon continues and all kind of shit. And posting Lauren London on their story. I was like, God damn.
I think half of that shit Dick Ryan, half of that shit either they was real fans or they regret they wasn't no real fans. All they found about them late.
That is true too. You can't find out. I wasn't really big on Mo 3 to really. He died. I listened to a few of his projects.
Same.
So that's right. I mean, you're right about that.
And be like, damn, now you a fan. But but it's time like to separate the character from the rapper. The rapper gonna always live forever.
Right.
But the shit like I'm gonna go back to Charleston White. That nigga say fuck Nipsey.
Yeah.
But he basically saying fuck the rapper that was talking this shit.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate that person that did all these businesses and shit like that.
And what was his? You know his real name? I forgot.
Ernest something.
Yeah.
That, like he said, like they'll celebrate Ernest in like a history book. They ain't gonna bring up Nipsey Hussle basically. And like in their funeral, they not talking about Nipsey. Like the people that really know him, they gonna spring that name.
Damn, you right.
Yeah.
So since we talking about leaving a legacy, what's some things you want people to remember Monk for? Besides, fuck, I can say a million things right now. What's something like if your soul was to rise and you was able to look down and see motherfuckers at your funeral talking, what would you want them to say? Besides this little silly shit, like, oh, he was funny.
Oh yeah.
Like, what would you want? What do you want to leave behind as people to remember you for type shit?
Basically, I want them to remember like I ain't like nobody they ever met type of shit.
Yeah.
I'm one of a kind. Like that nigga was about his business. That nigga was motivated. That nigga did all type of shit. That nigga helped me.
Yeah.
Type of shit. That nigga made me smile. That nigga made me laugh. Type of shit like that.
And I never knew you to have beef or anything. Any type of confrontation, I ain't never seen this nigga mad.
I was always grown, and that's another thing we could talk about.
You think he was always grown?
I was always grown. Like a lot of people don't know the difference from being a man and a boy, I guess.
Yeah.
That's another thing. That's one thing I didn't agree with Kevin Samuels. I feel like it should just be one way. Either you're a man or you're a boy type of shit. But he broke it down as for like high value men and shit like that. But I understood what you're saying, but yeah. Like as far as like, I think it's like a misconception of like, what's that, real men fight or whatever. I ain't never seen no grown man fight.
Right.
No, that shit little boy. That's another thing about the black culture though, like.
We value violence.
Yeah.
That's the word.
We lack
composure, is that the word?
No. Conflict resolution skills.
Right.
Communication skills. Everything gotta be fighting or violence to end this shit.
Right.
We can't just talk about it.
And if
we can't play a basketball game about it. We can't have no spelling bee about it. We gotta lose our life or hurt each other.
Right. And if you don't want to fight, oh, you a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
Or you a pussy. But if you do fight and you lose, you a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah,
You a pussy.
I think that's really what's hurting. I think that might be what happens. Huh?
People afraid to take an L. That's what you think.
I don't know. I just think people
Then as black men, we ain't really had, like you said, you said the conflict
resolution. We like that skill. A lot of people
and
like that.
It was how we was raised too, type shit.
Well, everybody ain't even really black people. It's really a lot of people. But
Yeah.
black people suffer from it the most, I think.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, but I think that's how we raised, and it just go down. But until like majority of us like really pinpoint that shit down, like damn, this shit hurting us. This shit hurting me that I can't talk this out or whatever.
Right.
A lot of that shit be stupid niggas be dying for.
Like trouble.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit, that just since we talking about trouble.
Yeah.
So before we so like since we how can like you as a black man whenever you're going through something, like do you have a go-to person that you vent to, or do you just pray? Or like do you hold everything in? Because a lot of us just hold everything in.
What kind of stuff? Anything?
Just anything. Like a lot of us, we feel like our pride too big to call a friend and be like, hey, I'm going through this, I feel like this. So we'll just hold it all in, and that shit'll cause our blood pressure to go up, stress levels.
Yeah, cause I ain't perfect shit. I do that shit, so
Yeah.
I can't. I never.
So you
learned
ain't figured
skill.
that out, like who
I
the?
never learned that skill yet. A lot of people say go to therapy for that shit.
I don't really. I couldn't fuck with it. I don't know why. Talking to a stranger, paying a stranger to hear my problem. I don't know.
But as far as me, I guess I feel like I look at it like we all got this certain energy. If I put that energy and a dwelling on that shit, I can put that energy into educating myself on some other shit, and that make me feel better. That make me want to start some new shit.
Right.
Cause that's something I like doing. I don't know about anybody else, but I like starting new projects. I want to know if I can make some shit work or whatever.
I feel you right. I ain't never think about that. Just put the energy into some positive shit.
I'm sitting there putting my energy on being sad and mad and shit.
The more you think about it, you're gonna get mad and sad.
You're just gonna get mad and sad. Be like, fuck that shit. I'm about to what I like to do is I like to listen to podcasts about shit, learning more shit, listen to other people's stories, cause that's what I like to listen to, like how people overcame shit and how they started their journey and shit like that. And I just apply it to myself and my situation.
I feel like to add on to what you said, I feel like people can really look at life as a boxing match, and like with buku rounds, and basically some days you win in that life. You jabbing, punching that bitch. You can be the hardest punching nigga in the world, but you got to be able to take a punch too.
Yeah.
You can't have a glass jaw. And even on days whenever you do get knocked down, as long as you got breath in your body and a beat in your heart, then ding, 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 the next round starts. The only time that the match is over is whenever you die.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to look at life as a boxing match.
Keep going.
Every day is a new round. Just put your fists up and
you can't be scared to lose, especially like if you're trying to be an entrepreneur or just trying to win in life. You gotta. If you don't want to be average, you can't be scared to take no L.